Hi there. So I wanted to share something that happened to me recently in the past few days, and I know for a lot of you, you've watched or read some of my journey with my two children, both of them having a learning disability called dyslexia. They were both diagnosed within 2 months of each other. One was in 3rd grade and one was in 5th grade when the diagnosis came. And through the years, it's very emotional because the obvious doesn't necessarily take place in the public school system. The proven science and methodologies that are used to remediate dyslexic students are very expensive in certifications and trainings, and so not all public school systems have specialists that actually are qualified to remediate in that type of effective manner. And so when you come up against a school system that doesn't have that in place, you continue to what we call battle, because it's not it's kind of like a tug of war. Instead of give a little, get a little, okay, it's obvious, this is what the child needs, let's give that to him. It doesn't work like that. And so through the years, there are a lot of tears from Mama Bear here, tears in the children, and you make decisions based on what I say is your gut instinct. You've just got to stick with your gut. And so I have stuck with my gut all along, and it has been emotionally straining, financially. I can remember one year, and I just know because it was during Christmas time in December, it cost with both of my children almost close to $12,000 to run series of batteries of tests between psychologists, speech pathologists. It just becomes this big financial burden that you have to get all these reports so that you can bring back to the school and say, hey, yeah, look at these reports. They really are dyslexic. These are the methods that need to be used with each of them to remediate them so that they can be successful. And so in part, I decided at one point that I just couldn't battle with the public school system anymore, and I decided to take a different path, and I pulled my sons out of public school, and that's kind of how I landed in my Rodan and Fields business, because I needed the extra money to help alleviate some of the financial burdens. We've remortgaged our house, we've taken from our retirement, and I have no regrets whatsoever in doing any of that, because I finally realized, or I received validation in the past couple days, that what I did for my two sons by pulling them out of public school and putting them in Landmark for a couple years has paid off. So my oldest actually left Landmark school. He transitioned out last year, whereas my youngest transitioned out the year prior. And my oldest wanted to be back with his friends, and he wanted to be able to apply the strategies that he learned. All he's ever wanted was to be like the rest of the other kids. And so after long conversations with his Landmark teachers and academic advisors and conversations at home, we felt that this was the best thing for him. Of course, Mama Bear here was so scared. I'm still scared. I'll probably always be scared as my kids go through these learning situations and learning environments. I'm just afraid of the pain for them, the pain that I experience for them, And in hindsight, the other day, I sent an email off to my oldest teachers, to two of the teachers, that I saw the grades reporting back weren't as what I thought they should be or expected them to be. And I didn't know if it was signs that things were not going well. So yes, I became that parent. And I didn't want to be the parent that just kind of jumped in, hey, my kid has a learning difference, this is the way you need to work with him. So I let a month of school go by before I introduced myself and informed them of my son's learning difference, his learning style, the history of where he came from, as for what classes, like his class sizes in Landmark were only 5 or 6 students. And now he's going into classrooms full of his peers that may make him nervous to ask questions, and may kind of get overlooked because it's such a bigger class. But I held off until recently when I saw the 2 grades get posted that concerned me. And I have felt so much relief since I did so. The 2 teachers had emailed me back, and one told me that he was doing excellent and that the grades were lower because she didn't put all of the work in yet. And the other one had said that he did get a bad grade, but she has been working with him, and he recently redid the project or the test and did a lot better, so his grade is not what it currently reflected to me. But both of them at the same time had come back and told me that he definitely has gained strategies at Landmark that he's applying to his academics in their classes, and that he is a delightful student, a kind student, a hardworking student, all those things that I knew about him. And on top of that, that he actually has retained the strategies that were taught to him in Landmark. And that was one of those moments that as you navigate through the special ed system that you are working for, that you don't realize it, but that's what you're working for. You're working for that day that you hear from their teachers that they're doing it on their own. They're actually retaining their strategies, they're remembering them, and they're applying them. And that is the only thing that I have ever wanted for my kids, is to be able to have some type of method, some type of way to be able to learn in a traditional classroom and feel success like any other student. And just to finish, I bumped into a teacher of Braden's that had said to me, "You're Braden's mom, right?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "He is such a hard worker. He is doing so well." And I had mentioned, my hesitation with his learning difference, and I kind of got into a little bit of that. And she turned around, she said, "He definitely has retained his strategies and he's applying them in class." And so I wanted to say to any of you out there that have children with learning differences, whether it be dyslexia or something else, I just tell moms all the time, stick to your gut. Stick to your gut and continue to fight for what you feel is right. You know your kids the best, and this has been a long emotional road, and it's going to continue to be a long road as they go through college and as they go through life. But I have this, thank God I did the right thing, and it's working. And I'm never going to give up on my kids, and I'm not going to stop helping and fighting for them. But this month is Dyslexia Awareness Month, the month of October, And so for any of you out there that feel that your children may have some type of language disability, please move forward. Move forward and get the outside testing to help you come to that determination of what you need to do for your child, because this will impact the rest of their life, their emotional well-being, their academic success. It is huge.